And it's JD Temple here from the Light of the Darkness. If you are new here, welcome, and please subscribe. Give this video a like, better. And if you want to be a channel member, you can. And I know my December reading, Oracle card reading, was late. So I'm going to do something extra special for January because that's my bad. I'm sorry. It's been nuts. And when I say nuts, like, it's been great. Um, I've been under the weather um, over the holiday. I thought I freaking had but I actually got a rapid test today, and I took that, and I don't have that, so that's cool. That's great. Um, I've got some like other infections like flaring up that are like chronic things that I deal with that I've been trying to overcome, and I will overcome them at some point. It's really kind of goes part and parcel with the shamanic path and my belief. Um, my blood is toxic. My blood is poison. Imagine that. Uh, but here I am. But I have been like probably busier doing magic for clients than I have ever been in my whole career here as of late. Like I'm so backlogged right now that um, it's a little overwhelming, but I'm going to get it done. I mean, of course, absolutely. And tonight is no different. Even though I feel like shit, I am doing what I can do um, to be ready for midnight Eastern time. That's when I'm going to be doing the evocation of Lucifer for the prosperity of Lucifer ritual for 2024. This is a very special blood sacrifice ritual with Lucifer to make your 2024 everything that you've always hoped it would be and to facilitate a more intimate connection with him. There's a lot more involved, of course, as there always is with him, but that's really like all I need to say. If you do want to sign up, you do. I'm only going to get, because it, God damn it, whatever. Because, because it happens at midnight, everyone has about an hour until like 11:20 p.m. Eastern to sign up, like for real. If you email me after 11:20 p.m. Eastern, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to know, and I'll just have to send you a refund, and that's fine. If you do want to be included, check out the description of this video. Everything is there, my email, what you need to send me, and the payment options there. Thanks to everyone, to a lot of people that have participated in both rites, which was the banishing and uncrossing and door and road opening ritual with Azazel, the cord cutting with Azazel that I did on Christmas night. Everyone that participated in that will be getting your videos and instructions in the next few days. And this actually builds upon tonight's ritual builds upon that first one. Even though they're independent rituals, I did design them to work in unison together. So thanks to everyone that did participate in both of those. I've been getting everything prepared and ready now. Hey Dan, what's up, dude? Love you, brother, and I hope you have a great New Year's. I'm just getting everything prepared now for that ritual. I've got a lot of everything set up, and I will say that this has been like very peculiar for me because and really for me, it just goes to show you how powerful fasting is prior to doing and performing important rituals in your life. Because I haven't eaten. Today will be the third day. I had a bite of a baked potato, like a literal bite, and like a bite of catfish about that big, and a Bloody Mary earlier today. I packed the rest of it up and brought it home. I'll eat it like, at 3 or 4 or 5 a.m. this morning. But literally, I haven't eaten in 3 days. That doesn't feel good. And it wasn't my choice either. Like I didn't know what was happening. I was feeling really strange, feeling really weird, just not able to eat. Like I was feeling sick too, and like I said, I thought I had the bleh, and I got a rapid test today. I don't have that, so like I know without a doubt that my inability. And I'm sorry about the little ding my notifications. I forgot to turn them off. But my inability to eat food these past 3 days is by design. This is what Lucifer was calling for me to like really truly fast during this time, a dry fast anyways. I've been drinking fluids and stuff, um, but no food. This really does prepare you, mind, body, and spirit, for important spiritual workings. Like no matter what you're doing, like I don't care if you're performing black magic or you're like praying to Jesus at your church or praying over like a sick person in the hospital or anointing them with oil, whatever you're doing, energy healing, black magic rituals. I would venture to guess, like even voodoo, fasting first is going to give you results. Fasting first is going to bring you results. Um, Sexual abstinence will too. When I say sexual abstinence, I mean avoiding the moment of climax. You can definitely still build that energy and enjoy it in many different ways, but you just don't get to that finish line, which like who really wants to really actually get there anyway, to be honest, right? Like don't you just want to like enjoy the ride and extend that out as long as you possibly can, because then once you get to that point, it's great for a second, but then it's over. Like you can literally be in that state of full body orgasm the entire time that you're engaging in a sexual activity without actually climaxing, and it's just as satisfying. Like seriously. Yeah, dude. I'm drinking some water. Um I'm having one beer here before I get everything going. But I've been drinking Gatorade, really. What's up, Charm Wilson? What's up, Antonio Gerardo? You've been focusing on raising your frequency and been going through periods of 2 days with literally no urge to eat. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I really think that like sometimes that is really just it's our what body's way of detoxing. It is our body's way of raising our vibration by not having a lot of the toxicity that we usually put into ourselves. But it's really too about like being an empty vessel, so to speak. Like I do believe that fasting and going without depriving your body, you know what it. All right, so here really, this is what this is what's happening. Okay, on an energetic level, when you fast, this is what happens, and this is why it helps your magic. Okay, when you have fasted and you had not eaten anything, okay, you're not grounded anymore. You move your energy from your root chakra up to your crown chakra. Okay? That's where you want to go into ritual. You want to go into your ritual in the crown chakra, not in the root chakra. Therefore, you want to go into ritual on an emptiest stomach as you can. Okay? Because you're moving your energy from down here to up here. You're performing that ritual, you're performing your magic. Then, after you have performed your magic, just the act of consuming some type of food and sustenance, just that act alone of consuming that sustenance takes that energy from the crown and moves it back down to the root. Not only there, it grounds your magic into the earth. You're grounding yourself through consuming the food. So you don't want to like do it backwards, right? You don't want to be full of food and in your root chakra energy going into the ritual. You want to move that up here. And the only way to do that is to be empty. I mean, or there's other ways to do it through psychedelic plant medicine allies and things of that nature. But if you're doing it on a going in it on a natural way, fasting is so important before a ritual. Mark my word, you give it a try, you will see how much of a difference it makes and how profound the manifestation will be. It will actually blow your fucking mind. Is it easy to do? Hell no, it ain't easy to do because we all love to eat. Most of us love to eat 3, 4, 5 times a day, probably. We don't really like that feeling of not being full. And, it does kind of deplete your energy a little bit. It can kind of like fuck with your mood a little. It does take some getting used to like do this on a regular basis. However, the spirits that you work with, just as Antonio was alluding to here prior, when the time is needed, when the time is right, the spirits will assist you in making this natural fasting process easy. You just won't be able to eat. It'll just be like, no, this ain't happening. This ain't happening. Right? So they'll help you. It's not going to be something where you're like, fuck, I'm hungry. Fuck, I'm hungry. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Now, I will say, my favorite, one of my absolute favorite times of my life is after performing a ritual. And you know why? Because that is when I treat myself the most, is after a ritual. The most. I will get the very best food, and I don't care how much it costs. I'll order DoorDash from whatever the fuck I want, and steaks and meat and alcohol and sex, if that's a possibility. I'll indulge and I will ground that magic, and I will like just like be so caught up in the ecstasy of everything that just happened in the ritual. But then, like, the great time that I get to have afterwards, like, that's something that I think a lot of people probably don't do a lot of either. Like, do you just perform your ritual and then just go to sleep? Or do you perform your ritual and just like go do some like dumb bullshit? Or do you perform your ritual and then like pamper yourself and like bask in that afterglow of that energy of like what just happened? Like, do you make that part of what you do, or are you leaving that out entirely? Because I have found that that does make a difference. It makes a huge difference, and it makes it like, oh, because it's like, okay, not only am I going to perform this ritual, but I'm also going to have a party afterwards, basically. Me and the spirits, we're all gonna, you know, you may have given a blood offering, you may have given libations, incense, oils. The spirit, they have like engulfed themselves in the physicality, the wonderful things of this world. And then you can offer them some food too when you're enjoying yours after, and y'all can all enjoy that too. You're going to be feeling their spiritual energy, their spiritual essence, their spiritual prowess all around you. And they will be absorbing the essence of whatever it is that you're enjoying. You just let them know, here it is, it's for you. Thank you. And it's like that much more nourishing and sustainable for you when you do that too. Now, I am expecting a pretty major ritual hangover from this ritual that I'm going to perform tonight. I'm already feeling a little crappy, so that's not something that I'm really looking forward to, because usually major workings will put me down for 2 or 3 days, sometimes up to 5 days. Like I will actually feel like I had the flu almost. Ritual hangover is a real thing. It doesn't always happen, but for me, more and more, it's kind of become part and parcel with the way things go. Usually, full moons drain me, and ritual hangover is something that I go through. It's not the same for everyone, but that is something that I do experience. Hey, Eva AI, that sounds magical. I never grounded like that. Well, you should try grounding like that. It's great. It's beautiful. Enjoy your favorite food, the finest food. If you like to smoke, smoke. If you like to drink, have a drink. If you like to make love like you never had before, All of that is a major part of your working. It's really not just something that you do afterwards. That's a part of it. And that will change the results of it too. And you don't have to have a partner to do this. You can do this by yourself, of course. It's all about raising energy and how you go about raising that energy. And of course, too, after you have performed the ritual, you can then at that point, depending on what you're doing, what else you got going on, you can feel free to enjoy your passions until climax and allow that to occur. Now, if you're into some kind of like retention thing going on, or you're trying to get that chrism going, that you're trying to like not have any climaxes for at least 30 days so that you can release that natural DMT within your brain, as well as many other metaphysical properties that does have through retention. If you do at least go 30 days, then by all means go ahead and enjoy that release and make that release a part of the ritual too. Another tip, if you're going to do that, I recommend that all fluids from both parties be evenly distributed upon that sigil that you used in that ritual. If you're planning on doing this, don't burn the sigil right after the ritual. Enjoy yourself first and anoint it with those things too, then burn it. It all just builds and builds and builds on each other. Yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying. These things make a difference. You know, like everybody's always looking for like a little tip or a little one up or a little quick, bypass of how to get here or there. What the things, some of these things that I've been sharing with you tonight are like what I have found. I've been doing this shit for over 10 years, are some of the most important things that you can do for ritual success. You know what I mean? Saving your sexual energy. One thing too is that I would suggest too prior to big workings is to like 3 to 5 days before a ritual is to limit your consumption of field flesh, meaning like any type of animal that walks around on the ground. You would want to go more of a vegetarian or pescatarian type of approach leading up to the working. I definitely do that too. It's New Year's. I'm not eating any animal flesh that walks on the ground on this day. I'm eating catfish. I'm going to have some fish, something from the ocean. That's very important on New Year's as well. That's just something that is a good rule of thumb. There's many different reasons why, especially like avoiding pork and avoiding chicken. A lot of people do enjoy beef on this night, and that's not quite as bad, but I would just try to stick to fishes or vegetarian on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But prior to rituals, you definitely want to limit your flesh intake too. Following the ritual, though, that's when you can enjoy your filet mignon and enjoy it like a motherfucker and give some to the spirits too. It only helps to ground your magic even more. But if you put the cart before the horse and you're grounding like crazy, doing all the wrong things in the wrong order, then the ritual is probably not going to work out. You're not going to really feel connected. You're not going to have your intuition open. Your crown is not going to be open. You're not going to be bringing that energy in from the cosmos down through yourself and down into the earth. So do it in the right order is all I'm saying. Any of you that have experience with this will probably understand what I'm saying. It's really And truly some of the most important things you can do, aside, I mean, it is all part of like preparatory immersion. This just goes part and parcel and along with preparatory immersion. It is a part of your preparatory immersion. Like, yes, start giving the spirit offerings. Start setting the altar up early, maybe even a week before, and start giving offerings, building up to the date that you are aiming for to carry out that big working. And in that week prior, then you start conditioning yourself. You start thinking about it. You start wearing different colors when you can. You start eating a little bit differently. And then fasting leading up to the working. And then having everything that you need to bring it all full circle afterwards. A delicious meal, great drink, some good company, building that energy, whatever it is. Connecting with Lucifer while intoxicated. How would you do this? Well, I would say that like it's best to develop a very strong relationship with these spirits while you're not intoxicated. One of the reasons why is because you definitely want to get used to being able to identify their energy and who is who and if it's them and yada, yada, yada. But they're usually it's going to be like it would with some people, like a sign of disrespect if you do come to them before you've built that relationship extremely inebriated. However, after you have built that relationship, it in my experience, it's not that big of a deal. And that's something that like for me anyways, I'm usually urged to have at least one drink to just loosen me up a little bit prior to going into ritual. And I do feel that that's something that he kind of like is like, yo, let's get loose, man. We're not going to get fucked up. Not yet. That'll happen later. But we can get loose. We can get ready. We can lubricate this thing a little bit. But yes, if you have years of experience with Lucifer, then that's totally fine. I mean, of course, like within the limitations of your own safety and your own health, and as long as it's not like a detriment to your life on a daily basis, then like, yeah, that's something that you can do with Lucifer. Um, and you can have some really like profound experiences. I mean, it's just like with Belial, really weird with him. Like he's one of those to where like if he if he wants to really come in a certain kind of way, he'll take this beer right here. You drink this one beer and you will be so fucked up that you will be like, holy shit. And he may tell you a few things here and there during that experience, but you will be amazed. Sometimes, too, you can just open it and sit it there for him and not even have to drink it and you'll feel it. It's crazy. And that he's really like the main one that I've experienced that with among above and beyond any other demon or spirit is Belial and dealing with that. Belial is a powerful motherfucker, boy. Let me tell you, on this physical plane of existence, I really believe he is the most powerful. He can take you over and lay you the fuck out before you even knew what he like with like before faster than I can snap my fingers, you'll be out on the floor. It's happened to me only by him. There's something special about Belial and what he is able to do here upon this earth and how he is able to manipulate people, places, things, and physical things, and how quickly he can do it. He will show you his power, and you may not like it. You may be like I was. I was deer in the fucking headlights when that shit happened. And as you know, I would say like that was part of my initiation with him. Like at some point in time with Belial, when you fully initiate with him, he is going to put you in a position of submission to him basically without your consent almost. He's going to show you how powerful he is and how weak you are in that moment, basically. And you're just going to have to accept it and roll with it and assimilate it afterwards. Hey, Charm, what's up? Wilson, JD, what do you believe the meaning of seeing a single bat in your house is? Hmm. In my experience, anytime any winged creature, especially if it's just one, whether it's a bird or a bat, flies into your house, there is that spiritual energy is trying to get your attention. And most likely it's going to be a spiritual ally of yours. So I would definitely like go online and look up the spiritual significance of bats, maybe a few different ones, and see what message comes through because that's usually what happens. And you know, the more you go down your magical path, the closer you're going to become to these creatures. And the more interaction you're going to have with them and the more signals they're going to give to you. I have, and I'll make a video about this one day. I have had such profound experiences with nature pertaining to this spiritual left hand path that they're so numerous and all of them are absolutely jaw-dropping amazing. The things that they were trying to communicate to me, what they were trying to do me, how they were trying to help me, and I wasn't seeing it at the time, but I see it now, and it's like truly beautiful. It's truly amazing. Like we are so connected to them too, especially when you get your frequency and your vibration in the proper state. They know it and they will just navigate to you naturally. Like moths to a flame, they will feel your vibration and they will help you more and more. Like your spiritual animal totems will begin to help you more and more and more, and they'll become more prevalent in your life, and you'll see them and the synchronicities like so much that it begins to get creepy sometimes. Hey Taylor, what spirits are involved in that protection necklace that you have around your neck? Oh, that's a great question. So this, I imbue these with the spirit of Baruch, which Baruch is from what I have learned of Baruch, I've been working with Baruch since 2016, and I thought that Baruch for the longest time was some kind of weird extraterrestrial energy that I did not understand. But just back in February, Baruch revealed himself to me to actually be the angel Raphael. So these are imbued by Baruch, which is it's a some kind of amalgamation of Raphael and some other kind of ancient energy. I don't really understand it. I work with Baruch for healing, for prosperity rituals. I have had amazing results working with Baruch. A lot of people have too, and they can attest to it. But it was weird because like I think that he did that for so long because like back in 2016 and 2015, like if I would have thought it was an angel, I would have been like, fucking no, I'm not working with no angels. You know? Like I ain't gonna do that shit. So basically I think that Raphael posed basically masqueraded as a different type of entity to me for like what fucking 7 years or some shit before he finally was like, hey, guess who I actually am? But it's not really me, it's me plus this extra that I still don't know how to explain it, but like that's the only way I can understand it is that like back in that time I was so dark that I wouldn't even considered working with angelic forces. And so he fooled me. But it was okay. It was all good, and it actually worked out great. And it's a powerful piece. It served me well. These are available on my website. Anyone that gets these, I do perform a consecration ritual with Baruch and consecrate each and every one of these before I send them to you. I have a I have another one too, but I'm not wearing it right now. It's actually on Lucifer's altar in there. I have another one available too, and that one is a manifestation talisman. It has the sigil that I channeled and I use for the primordial abundance of mighty Jupiter wealth ritual that I have on my website. It's that symbol. It's badass looking. I channeled that in a cave. I actually channeled that in E.A. Wedding's personal cave outdoor fucking temple that he had back in 2016 when I went out there. He let me spend some time in there alone, and that's actually where I channeled that sigil, and that's a powerful fucking sigil. It's a powerful talisman too. I'm sorry I'm not wearing one right now. I've just been anointing it with oil. It's been on Lucifer's altar. But you can check them out on my website at jdtemple.info, you know. um, thank you, Charm. Thank you. I like to be slaying the live streams. You know, I got a new motherfucking hoodie on from fucking Walmart. I mean, shit, you know, looking good as a motherfucker in that motherfucking shit. I'm telling you, man, that's their style's coming back. I remember back in the day, Target used to be the place to go. Like they used to have like Massimo clothes and shit back when I was a young man, like in 1998 and shit. Don't tell anybody. That's when I was like a young buck and like, mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I was shopping at Target. Now I am a mature 43-year-old man, and it's I mean Target's clothes for guys, in my opinion, it just fucking sucks. Yeah, this is Sarah's hat, and it's a mushrooms. They've been calling me, and I just thought that like someone would notice it, and you did, fun boy. Fuck girl. There's probably mushrooms calling a lot of you right now. I'm really excited. I'm going to tell you all something that I'm getting ready to do on the second, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up because I do have to get the ritual shit ready. Most of it's ready, but I do have to do some other things like, you know, get naked and go into the closet and flog myself. No, I'm just kidding. That ain't happening. But I do have to get ready for some shit. But what I'm gonna do on Tuesday is, and I'll show. I'm gonna make a proper video about this. I'm not gonna go grab all the stuff and like show you because I can just tell you, and it's not that big of a deal. But Tuesday night, I have my very first at-home ketamine therapy treatment. Um, it's going to be a 6 week treatment, and I am really excited about it. I've suffered with treatment resistant clinical bipolar depression for like ever, and it's something that has absolutely ruled my life in every way and like keeps me from being the man that I know that I am. Um, I probably really and truly only have like 5 to 8 good days out of that where I can function out of every 30 out of every month. And that's a very hard way to live. People don't understand it. People don't want to deal with it. I get it. I get it. I don't either. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to deal with people like me either, right? None of us fucking do. But if any of you have ever dealt with depression to this degree and anxiety with it too, then you know what I'm saying and you know where I'm coming from. And if you've been where I've been and you've tried all of the different things that I've tried, I've went the Western medicine route. I've tried all the psychoactive, psychiatric, blah, 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 and nothing works. So, ayahuasca did work really well for me. And I'm kind of feeling like ketamine is going to be quite a bit like ayahuasca. Whereas, like, for someone like me who has an issue with my neurotransmitters, I've done a lot of damage to my brain, and my brain is just damaged. It has chronic inflammation from the depression. I did, like ayahuasca relieved these symptoms for like 4 to 6 months, but it came back. And so I believe that I could probably do ayahuasca 2 or 3 times a year as a maintenance plant medicine regimen, and it would probably put my depression into remission and keep it there if I did that. So what I'm saying is that like my hopes for ketamine are going to it's probably going to be something I'm going to have to do for life. I doubt I'm going to do a 6 week regimen of ketamine and it's going to heal my depression completely and I'm going to go into remission like a lot of people do. A lot of people have to continue to either take it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, as a maintenance type of regimen to keep their depression in remission. So, whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. It sucks not that I have health insurance anyway because I'm an entrepreneur. Um, I don't have the luxury of I haven't had health insurance in so long. um, but that's the price you pay for owning your own businesses. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But, I had to pay for all this out of pocket, and it's not cheap. This could be something that could turn into you know, a $600 to $1,000 a month maintenance thing for me. But, like, I don't give a fuck how much it costs in order to get well. I'll pay anything. I would do whatever it takes in order to just be okay and to just be me every fucking day, every second, all the time. Like, that's all I want. Like, y'all know, if y'all experience this shit, like, you get taken away from yourself. You get taken away from the world and everyone you love and the people that count on you, the people that depend on you. Taking care of yourself, even like bathing and shit, brushing your teeth, all of that becomes so hard that like it's like literally climbing a fucking mountain. How retarded is that? But it's true. So what I'm saying is that like, yeah, I'll I'll fucking do anything, dude. Like, yeah. All right, yeah. I would say some things I'm not gonna say right now. I'm not gonna say this shit on New Year's Eve. But like, you know, if anybody's in that place, reach out to me. I will help you any way that I can. I'm definitely going to detail my ketamine journey. It's through Mind Bloom in case anyone else is like interested in at-home ketamine therapy. Um, I got denied by the first place. I won't say who they are. It doesn't matter. But I'm a Mind Bloom patron now. Got my little kit. I already had my kit. I already had my medicine, which is crazy. Like I could actually be taking that shit right now if I wanted to, but I'm not trying to party. I'm trying to get better, you know? And you got to have somebody chilling with you because you don't want to die. And that's for real too. So this shit is not totally safe. Like there's definitely some pitfalls and some caveats that go with it. And, you know, we'll see what happens. uh, you did Hachachuma last. Oh, San Pedro. Oh, really? Well, Wow. Wow. And thank you too, Deja Rain and Grandis, you Chu and Charm Wilson. Fuck yeah. That's so cool, Chameleon. You did fucking San Pedro, dude. That's the one thing that I haven't done yet. And like so I've sat with ayahuasca with Mother Aya about 15 or 16 times now, which is the feminine, right? But I've never done San Pedro yet, which is that father, that masculine energy. Um, that's something that I really need to experience, and I really want to. That and along with 5-MeO, 5-MeO DMT, which I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say this shit. I have to be able to talk about it, so you even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So can I just say it once without people getting all like, "Oh, don't say that." Shut the fuck up. Hey, Blade and Cloak, try Atlantis shrooms. Oh my god, Chameleon Iboga, dude. Fuck. I know, right? Iboga probably would be. I'll get into it about Iboga. Like Iboga was like the very first thing that I ever looked into because I was one of those lucky ones that was also addicted to opiates for like 8 years. And I was having a really fucking hard time kicking. And I was searching online, right? This was back in like 2014 or 2015. And I found a boga, started checking into it. I was going to go that route, um, but it just didn't happen. I didn't really have the money to go to Mexico. And I think it was like 5 grand at the time. Lover boy, please, dude. Oh my God. I will give you some treats. Just chill the fuck out. Please, give me a minute. Can I have a minute? Can I have just one fucking 30 seconds? All right. So, um, so, you know, I am deathly afraid of Iboga. I mean, wow, that's a commitment. And I think you're right. Like, I have a lot of issues, and, you know, addictions are still one of them here and there. Like I'm not on any hard drugs anymore, but I still have addictive tendencies and cravings here and there. Like I didn't have cravings for years until life got really fucking hard here in the last year. But Aboga is something that I may I may go down that route. You know, I just can't imagine like how difficult ayahuasca is to go through. Aboga's got to be like just something that I can't even fathom. Uh, I know ketamine's not going to be a walk in the park either. It's probably going to be a 2 hour trip straight into fucking hell. But I'm ready to do it. If it means that I'm going to be healed and I'm going to get better, just like I did every fucking 15 times I did ayahuasca, I was ready to go straight to fucking hell every time. And, you know, 40% of the time, that's exactly where I went. And I had to endure my own destruction and death and of everyone I loved and ever cared about so many times. And that shit's not easy, man. But some kind of way, that crazy shit does fucking heal you. That crazy spiritual traumatization, which like in a way, I mean, like let me tell you, I've had beautiful ayahuasca experiences that were so beautiful that like they're almost like equivalent to the moment my first child was born. Okay. But, 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 I have been to some of the motherfucking darkest places that you would ever that your mind probably could not even conjure up as being a fucking possibility, dude. And staying there for hours, maybe. I mean, it feels like an eternity anyway. Like your mind is so powerful. and it is limitless. It has such, it is as far reaching as the motherfucking entire galaxy and universe and omniverse, dude. There is shit in there that will make you go running for your mama, even if you never met her and you hate her ass. Like crawling out of your skin. And even if you do that, that still won't give you relief because there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. It doesn't even matter that you don't have a physical body. This shit is still on. And I do believe that even after you die, you're still going to be able to breathe. So anytime you're ever having any difficulty on any type of plant medicine ally, or if you think something really bad's happening to you, just breathe. You will always be able to breathe. There may be a moment where you feel like that the air is being crushed out of you and that you cannot breathe, but that will pass. The breath is the life, and you will always be able to breathe. Even when you're out of your body, you're still going to be able to breathe. Breathing will never cease in some form or another. If you get what I'm saying there, you might have to kind of like go through it to understand it. But yeah. Yeah, like, so like ayahuasca, um, there's a lot of spiritual insight and growth that can be had through ayahuasca. Like, absolutely. Like, I'm not saying that only people that suffer with depression and trauma and different things need to go and sit with that plant medicine, but I do believe that it is those people that benefit from it the most. Like, like for real. Like that's, healing is what it's really all about. Now you can have some amazing spiritual expansion. You can ascend through sitting with this plant medicine, yes. But I really firmly believe that its main purpose is to heal not only you, but like it's weird, man. And when you do it, you'll realize it. You're not only healing yourself when you drink ayahuasca, but you are healing your ancestral trauma. There's a connection there. There's a reason why you're here now doing it for them, and they know it. And they come and they're there and they're a part of it. And they're like, fuck yeah. Like, I don't know what's going on where they are, but like, we're carrying all of that trauma from the beginning of time. Every little bit of trauma that's a part of your own particular bloodline is all within you. And you're a special person because you are here living on this earth in the most crazy time that has ever been. You are, as a representative of your ancestral bloodline, here you are. You are, in essence, Jesus Christ. You are, in essence, their Savior. Because when it all goes down and we meet our end, when we go through our own personal passion, meaning our own physical and spiritual death and 3 days of hell and everything else before we rise again, that's true. I don't give a fuck what you say, it's true. I'm not being religious, but that is true. You will experience your own passion. Just like Jesus did, you will experience that shit. But for us, just like he did, you are going to be carrying all of the trauma, all of the fucking craziness, and having to be the scapegoat and sacrifice for it for all of your ancestors when you come to the end because of where we are today in this world and how it's all going to go down. I firmly believe that. Like, you are a chosen one in your own ancestral bloodline. They know why you're here. They know what you're going to do. They know what you're doing for them. And it's not going to be easy. Things like ayahuasca prepare you for these moments of death because I'm telling you, you're gonna be fucking flipping the fuck out. If you've never, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, when that time comes, you're gonna have a hard time with it. I've already been there. I've been there 15 times, as far as I fucking know, okay? As far as I know, as far as you can go. And so when that time comes, I feel like I'm going to be able to navigate it a little bit better. Does it really matter? Maybe not. It probably fucking doesn't. But like, um, I guess I just feel a little bit better knowing that I have like some kind of idea of how fucking hard it's gonna be at the end, and that it will not last forever. And here's the important part. When that time does come, you will see everyone that you've ever cared about and that has ever meant anything to you, especially your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, your children. You're going to see each and every one of them, and you're going to have to know that you have to let them go one by one, by one, by one, by one, by one. And you have to actually do that and be okay with it and realize that none of this ever existed, and that all of this, what you hold so precious and so dear as you, your life, was nothing but a dream. It's dust in the fucking wind. And it will show you that. That's the hardest fucking thing that I have ever had to come to terms with. That, like, all of it, while it does have significance, in the end, it doesn't matter. I don't want to say that you don't matter, but in the grand scheme of it, all of it, none of us do. Like, we're all asleep. We're all in a dream. You're going to wake up to the truth one day, and that everlasting life is a reality, and you already have it. You already have it. Everlasting life is already yours, each and every one of you. Don't think for a second that it's not. If you think you're alive now, wait until you cross over. Wait until you experience that moment. Wait until you see how everything is made of moon dust and gold, and everyone sparkles and they're so beautiful. Everyone looks like a fucking god, because you are. And it's at that moment, once you cross over from this, that life truly begins. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. I love you. Happy New Year. I'm getting ready for this ritual. If you want to participate, check out the description. It's all good if you don't. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Smell my face and smell it good. Had to give you that little one. Hey Brent. Hey Blade and Cloak. Hey Nina. Love you. Hey Deja. Say hi to everybody that I see before I sign out and go do this thing, because it's about to pop off. Motherfuckers are going to start shooting guns and shit around here and killing each other. All right, Eve. Bye. Bye. Thanks. Thanks again. Happy New Year.